Hello, and thanks for checking my video out. I reprinted the underground structure from my last pyramid adventure, but this time in clear resin. I included some passageways with the grand gallery, the king's and queen's chambers, and I added this lower chamber. I filled one of the tubes with a green dye. I'm wondering if adjusting this fluid level changes how the structure will resonate vibrations. Almost from the first time I saw this image, I was reminded of a wound guitar or piano strings. Brass rod and copper tubing wound with smaller copper tubing really deadens the ringing chime sound. So it seems like pulling or stretching should raise the hertz value like tuning a guitar string. But does exerting pressure lower that value? I would imagine the massive pyramid weight above the spiral tubes would produce low infrasonic vibrations. I wonder. The positioning of the 5 chambers is curious. Maybe one in the center signals to each of the other 4. The 5 chambers appear to be constructed very similar to the king's chamber. And there's these other 2 structures just above the huge tuning forks. Here's an eBay listing with a set of 7 medical healing forks. They range from 64 to 4096 hertz. Could the whole pyramid structure be a huge tuning fork? I'd like to invite you all to check out Gsutton78, who has done extensive research on these huge forks. There's a ton of information over there. I'll put a link in the description. And I'd also like to thank Gsutton78 for letting me quote some of his interesting size estimations on how big these huge forks are. Continuing with a musical application, I looked into the 7-string lyre. This is getting as close to 0.3 hertz as my Audacity app will go. In this range, the 7 lyre notes will be below our hearing. The idea to open dimensional portals has not been missed by CERN. Here's a short clip from an older video.
Evidently, the Vatican's obsession with the extragalactic involves opening a dimensional portal. So, how do they expect to do that?
By singing a supernatural invitation. CERN and the Italian Institute of Nuclear Physics are attempting to trigger access to another dimension by using oscillating neutrino beam energy. Project Opera studies tau neutrino and muon neutrino oscillations generated at CERN. They are analyzed 732 kilometers away at the Gran Sasso, Italy laboratory. Neutrino beam tests occur at a deepest point of 11.4 kilometers beneath the city of Alessandria and Firenze, Italy.
Language added to wave oscillations would indicate singing. So here, once again, we see the occult drawing inspiration from the Bible. Languages, singing. What else is going on within the CERN complex?
These concave panels have been engraved with writing. Some appear to be very ancient Sanskrit and Aramaic dialects. A reflection of blue light can be seen. Possibly a laser motion sensor to keep the panels aligned for experiments.
So, did we humans actually think like this? I mean, if the Tower of Babel was a ziggurat, did it sit on a solid foundation? The whole pyramid structure has an amazing center line, from the gold capstone to the bottom structures. But for whatever purpose this antediluvian structure had, there's a good chance it no longer works due to the damage caused by the Great Flood. And that must be how God intended it.